Why were you and Aaron arguing yesterday?
We weren't arguing, he just.
I know, but
It was my fault.
wow. Oh, the teacher about the bathroom?
What, was there a surprise?
Why do you write it to cover it? Oh.
Huh? No, you can just go buy those for. I know.
Or you could literally buy 3 for $1. No, you could buy 1 for $1.
Wait, are we leaving fifth period?
So you got fucking cooked.
I know.
That's a Hoko thing.
I didn't.
A question mark.
I didn't know. I had like no elixir. I didn't know there was barbarians. And I picked
Do you have
goblins.
I get sure
Why did I do that? I mean, I picked goblins. What was I doing?
Why are you sitting here?
No,
That won't be
No, I don't know. Yeah,
I got distracted. Bro, you mentioned
Oh, that's time. I think class has started. Class has started, y'all.
hey, you know what time we meet at? 12:30.
Barnes, they need time. They need all the time in the world.
All right, everyone, please make sure you have your Chromebooks out. Take out your Chromebooks, take out your spoons. Take out your spoons, ladies. Take out your spoons. Boom, guys. Nah, just your Chromebook. It's just a figure of speech.
I have a box of actually used binders that probably have the binders.
Mine got soaked.
You need to help yourself when you get a chance.
She's like the files.
All right, everyone should have their Chromebooks out, open, phones away. You do not need a pencil.
You just put it.
Hey, class is start. Games away, phones away. Let's go. We have an assignment today. We need to get started. Let's not fall behind. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lock in.
So,
No, 12:45.
That we don't trade.
So if you guys remember, or who can tell me what we learned about yesterday? We talked about like the whole entire period. Genesis. Speeds. Yes, thank you. So, if you guys go to your Schoology, open up Schoology, you'll see, go to your class and press the Unit 1 folder. And in that folder, it'll say Speeds Practice Activity. Everyone find that? Once you get to that, you're going to open up the link. It says open this link and press the use template doc button, and you guys should open up a document that looks something like this.
Is this one of you guys?
So I want to see everyone with that speeds practice activity open up on their Chromebooks.
Where's that at?
It is in Schoology,
Unit 1.
Unit 1,
The latest
and then
unit.
you have to press a link.
You guys will also see it like on that like calendar off to the right where it says like you have an assignment.
The one that says this link or?
Yes, it says this link after you press speeds practice assignment. And it should bring you right to it, not the speed lecture.
What's it called?
Ninja Yonder.
Speeds practice assignment.
Speed practice assignment.
Okay.
Click that use template button, guys. The blue use template in the top right.
Wait,
Make sure you press use template so it becomes yours.
where?
Use template.
Guys, stop asking questions after a second of trying and failing. Use your resources. Just don't say where. Read the words. Help yourselves. We can figure this out. We can figure this out.
Fiend.
So you guys should all have this open
Okay,
up.
find geography, bud. Find geography.
And on there, this is a speeds practice activity. You're going to be looking at stimuli. If you guys don't know what that means, that's just information given to us. And we're going to determine which part of speeds applies to each of those pictures. So we're going to be looking for the obvious themes of speeds. If you guys remember from our notes yesterday, we had step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 was to find the most obvious theme. Step 2 was to find this kind of obvious theme. Step 3 was a bonus, find extra. So we have all of these definitions of speeds here for us, all the different, the 6 different ones. You guys have those to refer to. When we are going through these, you guys will get a series of 4 stimulus. And what I want to make sure we do is we're going to do a 4-level analysis of these just in our head. So it's not going to be something that we're writing down or we're talking about, but it's something that we're thinking about. We're going to think about, what is this? What am I looking at? Where is it? What do I notice in the image or the data? Why there, and then why care? And that's where speeds comes into play. You're going to figure out why we care about this. Is it sustainable? Is it good, bad, predictions, actions, or solutions about all of that stuff? So if you guys keep scrolling, we're going to go over this first stimulus as a class and try and get to the bottom of it. So you guys all pull up this one, this graph.
Remember though how our strategy, you look for an obvious theme, a second theme, and shoot for more. Guys, wait. Genesis, headphones up. Wait. We don't wear headphones. No headphones. No headphones. Earbuds too, Junior. Come on. Everybody lock in. We can't just all be doing phones. Right now we have an activity. It's on you. We're not talking today. Today is you working.
Because when you guys get time to work on this assignment, you're going to need to know this stuff so you're able to do it. So first, before we start finding the obvious theme of speeds, let's do a little 4-level analysis. What is this a graph of? Raised hands. Who can tell me what this is a graph of?
Look on your computer. Zoom in if you have to.
You guys all have it in front of you. You can read a title. Armando?
No.
Yeah, no.
See?
Noah, what is the graph of?
Carbon dioxide emitted worldwide.
Ooh, look at it.
Yeah. So Noah even said what CO2 is. Carbon dioxide emitted worldwide. So let's look at both sides of the graph. What is this right side? What is that measuring? Read it.
Country.
No, what is this right side measuring? That's not our. Well, yes, you're right. You have the countries right there. But what is the data we are receiving? Rose? Of what? Metric tons of what? Carbon dioxide emitted. So this side of the graph is measuring how much carbon dioxide is emitted worldwide. And what is this bottom part of the graph telling us? Not necessarily how many years it took, you're on the right track, or what year and how much carbon dioxide was emitted in said year. So we're looking at it. What else can you guys notice about the graph? What do the colors mean? You have it on your Chromebook if you need help.
Developed economies in other countries.
Developed economies and other economies. Yesterday we learned a word, an MDC. What does that stand for? Noah?
More developed countries.
A more developed country. So those blue ones are falling under the more developed economies. So we figured out, we've looked at the map, we've looked at, or not the map, the graph. We're kind of deciphering the information.
Step 1.
Step 1, what is it? Step
Carbon
2,
dioxide.
where are things happening? What do you guys notice about this map? Where is it? Where is more of the information at?
Near like the 90s.
I would, for something like this, guys, I recommend reading the map from left to right. We just noticed that to the left is what year does it start? 1850. And right there is CO2 low or high in 1850? And as we move right, it gets increasingly what? Higher. But do you see any steps that it really changes significantly?
The 1900s to the 2000s, you see? What we see a natural break right here, right? We see how it is getting bigger. Right there. It says almost an exponential growth all the way up. Now, do you guys know what is emitting carbon dioxide? Where it comes from?
Breathe it out. You know that?
So I heard that. We breathe it out, right? We breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. What's other ways carbon dioxide gets in the environment? Rose?
It could be related to different things. It could be around fire, cars, smoking.
Cars, fire. There's one big one I'm looking for. Those are all right. Those are all right. Lionel? Greenhouses. So you're thinking of greenhouse gases. I know what you're thinking of. But there's one thing that produces the most CO2, most carbon dioxide. Any guesses, Rose? Factories. That's what I'm looking for. Industrial factories. You guys been driving on the road, you see the smokestacks all piling up, all of that blowing out. Who typically has these factories in their country? What can you guys determine? Looking at this map, could you guys kind of, or not map, graph, excuse me. Could you guys determine where the carbon dioxide is coming from if we read the graph?
Give them a unit.
If we look at the year 1950 forward, towards the future. Rose? So we see China, Russia, India. What other countries do we see, areas?
Russia.
India.
So we noticed those, but what about the blue? What blues do we see
United States, Europe.
there? United States and the European Union. And what do we find out the blue meant?
Developed economies.
So if we look before 1950, who is taking up a majority
United
of
States.
the color? Yeah, the blue, United States, and what other? And Europe, right?
Other developments.
So before,
The blue ones.
exactly.
The developed ones.
So
What
we could
regions are those?
we can determine
America.
that before 1950, these developed economies were responsible for a majority of the CO2 emissions, right? Right?
Yeah, sure.
And then after 1950, what happens? What do you guys notice? What gets more? What do we notice about here though? What is happening?
You are right. The developing countries increased significantly at 1950 as well. But we see the introduction of a new, not just blue. Somebody put this in words. Use the vocabulary that's up there. Somebody had not named me Rose. Thank you, Rose.
Somebody not named Rose or named Rose?
Somebody raise your hand. What does the other color stand for? Genesis.
Are they called growth?
What's that?
Wait, what are we talking about?
So we just identified. No, you're recording.
Okay, by the way, boy.
Yeah, go ahead. Just walk them through. Walk them through.
So we see this, right? And you have this on your Chromebook. Did you pull up the thing? What is this graph telling us right here? You can't read it back there. It's on your Chromebook.
Oh, other countries and develop the economic.
Yeah. So the blue one we found out was developed countries. What's the other one?
Other countries.
Other countries. So we can determine that
That's
those are
just-
less developed countries, right? Like we learned about yesterday. The less developed economies. Exactly. So can you guys give me a few examples of those? Rose, I didn't even answer the question.
Pick on the silent ones. That's always fun.
No, I already answered. Don't pick on me.
You're not silent.
Jake, give me an example of a less developed country.
It's just right. It's right on the graph. We're asking you to read the graph.
India. India can be determined or less developed country. Noah? China, yeah. And you guys notice that it takes until after 1950 for them to really have that boom, right? Do you guys know what happened in the early 1850s, 1800s? Something that could cause this to boom, Lionel?
Wasn't that like
The what?
that like that happened?
Not what I'm looking for, but Rose, do you have a guess? Yeah, but what is that called? There's a certain specific name for that event. When all the factories in the world started booming in.
Bro, this is
Yeah,
too
okay.
easy.
Shush. I don't need you yelling.
it's okay. It might not be something we've all heard about before, but the Industrial Revolution.
If it's too easy.
If we can see the exponential growth that happened after 1850, right? This is the Industrial Revolution. This is countries figuring out that they can use coal power factories and make goods and make them fast, quickly, and cheap.
Yeah, read the instructions.
So because of that, these economies boosted. But once the other countries had access to the same industrial technology, they did the same. So we get into the 2000s, we start to see the map shoot up completely. So I think I missed a key important part of this. Do you guys think CO2 is good or bad for the environment?
Good.
Bad. It's bad for the environment. That's why we breathe it out. And we breathe in oxygen, right?
Sorry, now we're reading
But
it out.
the trees kind of need it to survive too.
Yeah, so there's a few good things. But we have too much CO2. Have you guys heard of global warming?
When we die, we had no trees on Earth.
Yeah, but that's a little irrelevant right now. So, the graph is showing us a huge CO2 increase, right? If we had to think about a theme of speeds that would apply to this, what do you guys think would be the most obvious
Development.
speeds theme? With a hand raised. Noah, what do you think?
Political.
Political? Political could be a good one. There's a lot of things we could decide for political. Do we have any other obvious reasons? Ishmael?
Environment.
Environment. Now, why is that?
Because they're making factories that release carbon dioxide,
Which, what?
which
Good or bad?
Is
that
bad for?
the environment.
Exactly. So we put that into a sentence. The obvious speech theme would be what?
Environment.
The environment, because
Because of factories.
the factories produce what?
CO2.
Which is
Carbon dioxide.
bad for the environment, right? I heard Noah say political as a theme. Noah, why would political be a theme?
What's
Three different countries with like factories.
And what?
They produce the carbon dioxide that is bad for the environment.
The countries do, or the what produce the carbon dioxide?
The factories in the country.
So is it really a government that's producing carbon dioxide?
Yes.
Or is that the factories producing carbon dioxide?
Factories.
What they're talking
What do
about.
factories fall under in speeds themes? Factories.
Who? I can't answer the second.
Economic. What are these factories making?
Money.
Well, they're making
Chocolate.
goods. They're making goods and cars and your iPhones, your clothes, which in turn
Willy Wonka
creates
chocolate
you buy with money, right? So could you guys say that there's an economic theme to it? Right?
You're off to
Because
political.
because without these factories, it's really hard to produce those goods. So we need those factories in there. But it's about finding a balance, of course.
Solutions.
And solutions, which is kind of where political comes into the jump. If we wanted to reduce CO2 emissions, what are ways we'd go about that?
Protest.
There's protests, right?
That could be a social thing, right? That
Yeah.
people are sick of living in things.
Brandon, what?
Right.
Right. That's kind of on the same length as protest. But what could the people in charge do to help this?
Help.
Lionel?
Remove factories.
Not necessarily remove factories. You're on the right pace. They got to help us somehow.
They have to stop the CO2 somehow. So what could they do?
Stop.
Raise your hand.
Huh?
They could possibly, re-endure the factories to make it more healthy for the environment.
So no, that's definitely a possible solution. But there's one thing I'm looking for. Like, what do we follow every day? Why do we put our seatbelts on? Why do we listen to cops and stuff?
Stop shouting out. Raise your hand.
Trey.
The law.
The law, right? There's laws and policy. Who makes those laws and policies?
The government.
Right? And do you think they could create laws and policies to help reduce CO2 emissions?
Yes.
They can, and they do. There's some things like CO2 tokens and all these things where if you produce too much, you get more taxes taken away.
In California, we have a new law for cars. Do you know what I'm speaking of?
The electric one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get like a tax break if you have an electric car, I'm pretty sure.
Or at a certain year, you're not going to be able to, in California, buy a gas-driven car. You have to buy an electric one.
What?
to reduce CO2.
Exactly. That's a political way
Let's-
to reduce CO2.
But there's people that don't like electric cars.
And they
And there's people
better
that like to live.
get out of California then. Yeah.
Well, I will.
So we just went through this, right? Who can tell me what the first obvious speeds theme we found about this graph was? The environment. The most obvious speeds theme. The environment. Why? So we found out the first obvious theme, and maybe this is something you guys, you guys are gonna have to do this assignment. The first obvious theme is the environment, because the environment is affected by what? The CO2 emissions. So if you guys look over to the board on the left, we have a sentence starter, and this is kind of how all your sentences should be throughout the assignment. So if you guys look on the board, environmental, the graph showing CO2 emissions shows a big increase in CO2 in the developing world. CO2 can lead to climate change, plus CO2 increases are unsustainable for the environment. So that, do you guys understand why that is affecting our environment? Why CO2? Because it is bad for the environment?
And I wrote this, and I'm bad, because is it only developing countries that are contributing to CO2 emissions? No, it was the developed countries, the developed world that really started this problem, yes? But now the rest of the world is catching up. You had like the poorer countries since the 1950s after World War II. Okay, they've been rebuilding, trying to catch up, but the emissions are, what's our new word? It's unsustainable. Yeah, sustainability is to keep things going, and these CO2 things, I mean, those levels, if it keeps on increasing, is that unsustainable?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unsustainable. So, is this a good thing or bad thing? Bad thing. Again, the title of this graph, like when we asked you what's the obvious one, was CO2 emissions. Yes? And we know CO2 good or bad? Bad. And this graph, the evidence is showing that bad stuff, is it bad stuff decreasing or increasing? Increasing. What does the author of this graph want from us? What are they trying to do by telling us this information? Yes? Did you just raise a hand? By telling us that the bad stuff is increasing, what does this author of this graph want? What are they trying to improve? Somebody with something up here, come on. Make the connection. Bad CO2. CO2's high. What is the author trying to do? Do you think he likes the CO2?
Yeah. No.
Simplify. No, he doesn't. So what does he want to happen?
To stop.
To stop it, to make it change. Who usually has the power to make change?
Government.
Which falls under what for speeds?
Social.
Political. Government is political.
My fault.
But the graph is titled CO2 emissions because this author is concerned about the environment. You guys see that? Of course it's political, but hopefully you see an obvious connection to the environment. And to get solutions, we need political government stuff. But it is tied to economics because what is the main thing that emits CO2? Factories. And it's the right of these poorer countries, these less developed countries, to catch up and produce. But is that problematic for the sustainability of the environment? Do we need good solutions, fair solutions? Does the world need to work together to come up with that? Because does this impact everybody?
So Mr. B just gave the whole class the first three answers. If you guys were listening and paying attention to the first theme, the second theme, and a third bonus theme, we talked about three of them. Maybe even a fourth one you could throw in there. But now it's your guys' chance to get time to work on this assignment. This will be due, so you guys can work with the people next to you. The first one we just went over. If you guys have any questions, would need help,
And this is which
raise your hand. But if you already were listening, you moved on.
we're doing it.
Who's doing it?
Yeah,
Hold on, you said too many things right there. You're mixing up our things.
I know, you're making
The
me
first
stressed
sentence
out.
is right there.
Slow down.
This is the first sentence you guys can write in the first spot.
I just go.
There's too many bad kids having to go pee.
It's okay. I'll be another
So,
one.
what is the number one source of CO2? Factories don't fall under environment. Factories make stuff to make money. What speed steam is that? Hold on. Help out to this guy. Factories make stuff to make money. Yes. What?
Do you write something right here or no?
What does the word say?
Type your answer in red. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or you can make it in your own words.
Does it say to write something right there? Yes or no?
Yeah, I can
No,
either
it doesn't.
write like this or type your answer.
Where should you put your answers? Good. Do you know where you need to type?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. But what color?
Red.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know where?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Your own words, that's fine too.
So, did we tell you what CO2 stands for? Do you understand what CO2 is? If you don't, would you need a research? For other stimulus? Yeah, so you, hey, for that research part, you do not have to do this part. But if you don't understand what CO2 stands for, would you have to research?
Yeah.
For these later stimulus, okay? Here's a picture of war. Dang, we got 50. Oh, this doesn't show up?
It doesn't show a page or something.
Oh, we just got to do this one straight.
Oh, that makes things a lot easier.
So, right here, those are the
Research is ideas for you to look up if you don't quite understand stuff.
Bro,
Guys, so we have, let's see, do we have a gentleman that wants to go? Tony, do we have anybody out right now? We gotta come on my name.
I was not here.
It's right there, it's right there.
Springfield.
Tony, go ahead.
Doing your work, sir, not looking around.
Where you want?
Oh, that is cute.
What's his?
He says he doesn't. I was there.
Guys, low key.
Low key, let's do our work.
Just kinda.
Do you know what to do? You gotta get this side, you don't have this side. Well, create a space, maybe we'll create a space
I'm
over
telling
here,
you,
like,
you said that.
near the computer, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we'll just write down that
We were
thing
trying
and
to
talk
look
about
for
it.
you yesterday.
Come back and cross
Nick
it off.
was trying to look for you yesterday.
Why?
He was talking to me.
The kids, I don't know.
Yeah, we told him that you called him like
Think about time. Where is
Yeah, you know what that is.
It showed
That says that perfect.
Fine.
I can't read. Yeah, that happens with some other classes.
Guys,
I'm
Nate.
fine with it, but if it's the same thing doing it like all the time.
So,
Like,
Then
talking about
we're-
the name of the waterfall.
It's
Oh,
doing alright?
There's a joy, because that's like a
Environment because
that means carbon and two oxygen. So that's why there's a two. Have you heard of like, what's a two? Have you heard about
Are
that?
you doing okay?
Two hydrogens and one oxygen equals water.
So he gave you the first answer.
Water. Oh, water.
come on guys, pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. So again, why is this graph environmental? Don't touch, don't look at it, just tell them. What is it? Don't
Yo,
say
Gaza Strip during Israel-Palestine conflict.
I was there with you. You were like, damn. Oh.
I do know.
Yeah, what are the colors? Okay, what are the
Green hat.
I literally walked to a person with a green hat and gifted it. Didn't believe.
Good. So blue are the developing countries,
So you came
the more developed.
It's
These
green
are
hat.
those class. Places like
Sniper.
and
Just say.
yeah, those are like where they're really not. These places got more developed. They did the factories first. When those there, they're really powerful. Right? They colonize much more. And they're still producing a lot of CO2, right? Since 1950, the rest of the world was catching up, and now we have a huge But what did we learn? CO2 is bad or good? Okay.
I used to
So, this is called CO2 you to.
Research. What do I have to research about?
What's your name again? Junior.
Because if we increase this emission, what's the next word? The next word.
What's that?
It's not sustainable. Yeah, it's unsustainable for the environment.
What's that?
So what are solutions that we have?
I mean, my neck hurt a little bit.
Slow CO2 or stop it. What do we say? Who has the power to? Yeah. And that, what is that for speed?
You feel gay?
What I did.
So again, just.
I'm literally.
It's important to talk about something. Talk about something.
Wait, I didn't even see
Just for this, tell us why this graph has to
So
do
he's
with
gonna show this.
That's why you have to do. But try to use, don't do it right now, just try. And try to use some of the new words that we use.
Eli said me it's better not be
Yeah, so he said like, yeah,
So funny.
saying that he's able to be a
He's just a little angry because I made this. Fire image.
Okay, let's go.
What, Jason? I was getting Jason image. Now I have a picture of Snoop.
What? Oh, you need a partner for that?
Get to worry, Jason. We can help each other out.
I didn't know we had a partner for
Here,
this.
hold on. The obvious theme is political because the president starts with not just the president. What does the president work with? What's the G word? Government. It's not one person that goes to war. It's government. What's happening?
Wait, the next one's war? I thought it was the earth.
Maybe if you read the words below it that describe exactly.
Strength during an interval of environment.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, you're learning.
So what could be obvious speech theme?
Okay, hold on. So just go through this. Here, go to the back. Go back to the war. Yes? Do you know where it's taking place? Gaza, do you know any history of why the people in Gaza are fighting right now?
If I had to think
It's okay. Let's just simplify it to war. Okay?
Social?
Look at that. So
And why?
are there social ramifications for war? Remember what is social mean? Like their family, their society, how they're living life, culture. Okay, is there social ramifications for war? How so?
Because that's what's happening, right? You told me for 2,000 years.
It totally disrupts the social way of life.
Right.
Because what if a mom dies? What happens to the kids? Does that happen? What do you mean? That's happening right now. Yeah, you should be saying that's happening. Shh. But anyway, yeah, so could that totally
The
disrupt
general
community?
themes of it all, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Could people practice their culture? Does this destroy cultures and people? Identities. And if you know anything about this particular incident, not just war in general, Palestinians are Muslims. And Israel, the government of Israel who's attacking them, are Jews. This is happening within the Holy Land. This little small piece of land that's important to the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. And they've been fighting over this little piece of land for thousands of years. Have you heard this thing called the Crusades before? Yeah, it's a holy war where they try to fight in the land. That's because. But anyways, let's just simplify by war. Can war disrupt families socially? Because we read about that aspect of it. But let's just remember, it's a checklist. We already said political because we understand governments go to war, they fight over land. That's something you could elaborate a little bit more. Like that's like a kind of a short, weak sentence. We gotta elaborate a little bit more. But do you feel how you could? Yes. Yes. And also to know about this, it was a terrorist attack. Israel needed to defend itself. The government attacks Palestine in turn because land is a legal process. But anyways, so social. Move down this. You already did political. Is there economic ramifications for war? Okay, who's buying this stuff? The government needs to buy weapons and pay soldiers and stuff like that. Is war expensive? Right? How does government raise funds? But also, the government who's fighting Palestine, war is expensive, yes? Do you know the United States actually donates money to Israel so they can defend themselves? So actually American tax dollars money that's being sent to Israel for their Palestinian kids? That's happening as we speak. But think about the other spin of it. those people that live there, how are they suffering economically? What are those buildings?
I'm gonna do
What else
everything
could it
for
be?
you, boy.
Not their money.
Here am I to do everything
Their
for
factories, where they work, their businesses. How is the economy in Palestine doing right now in that picture? Why? Because everything's destroyed. The workers are destroyed, the factories and businesses are closing. Do you think it's that may be inappropriate for when people are dying? No, you did want for a particular reason and I don't appreciate it. So anyways.
Because you said our factories were being destroyed.
Yeah, with Palestinian people dying and their lives being disrupted. So I don't want to hear you say womp womp.
I thought you meant
Okay?
like the
No,
factory.
that's okay. Just don't do that ever again. So, anyways, our economy is disrupted. And do governments have to finance more and more expenses and increase taxes? Can you talk about that? If you could talk about it, could you write about that? Good. Go down the list. Hold on. Environmental. Does that disrupt the environment? Sure, you can see that, but it's not really like the natural world here. So know that you don't have to do every species. Like environment is not a big, huge thing. Yes? Demographics. If you kill enough people, does the population go down? Some people call this a genocide right now. A genocide is a systematic way to eliminate people from existing in a place on Earth. So, is a population theoretically being wiped out? Would some people argue that? Is that demographics? And if the situation is bad enough, what's the second part of demographics? Would you want to live there? So what would you do if you're living there? Yeah, migrate somewhere else. Does everybody have that ability to migrate just like that? Do you need money? But would they try? Probably. Good. Spatial relationships. Go to spatial relationships. This particular one. And who do you fight? Do you usually fight people far, far away, or do you usually fight the people that are right next to you? Because you fight over the same piece of land, the same resources, stuff like that. Oh my God, did we just look at each speed category just one at a time and ask ourselves, how does war get involved? And we're able to answer those questions. And as we do so, are we going to try to use new big fun words to like talk about those things?
Yeah.
Try to do at least two and push for a fifth. Like for all these stuff, maybe some stories like the Bad Bunny story, remember like we could talk about everything. But here we're just trying to make some connections. So you want to do it to make a connection, you need at least two. But shoot for a bonus third. Yeah. Makes sense? So is this something you could do kind of just like with common sense sort of stuff? That's all we're looking to do. Did you hear some of that? No, you said it.
I'm in here.
You tell me, bud. You already telling me. You had to make the argument. You had to back it up. We already went through this. You already said that. Who makes the most CO2? Okay. Cool. But are you saying, are there economic ramifications of that graph? Yes. There is.
Haha, Jay.
Who produces the most CO2 that we've already discussed? No, not a country. What produces the most CO2? Don't say a country. Don't say a place. What produces the most CO2? It's not on the graph. I'm having a conversation with you. No, you need to stop looking at the graph. It's not there. What produces the most CO2?
I know I'm not saying I'm aware that.
Factories.
So you're going to the game to
Factories.
sidelines.
Factories are part of what speed thing?
And give out water.
It looked tough.
No.
It is.
Yes. Why? Factories try to do what? They try to become so they make stuff as a process. They make CO2, right? Have you seen a factory? When you visualize a factory, there's usually a building with a smokestack pushing out stuff into the atmosphere.
We
Guess what
leave
that
this,
stuff
the
is?
bus leaves at 1:30. We're gonna, they said we're gonna go get our flight where you guys can get lunch and then we'll come back and then we're gonna
In your words. We had this conversation 10 minutes ago.
No, we leave class at 12:45. Well, 12:30.
Start by just typing what team. So see how we put environmental? Yes, at the start of that. Yeah. They don't have that much resources for them to be able to
Hey.
So what are you trying to tell me? What's easy?
Hey. Why?
Shit, I was gonna say no, man.
What group chat? Dating group chat?
You know what Trey can do?
I'm trying to remember this dude for a second.
Wait, so you don't, the coach doesn't let you gear up because you don't play?
If you're listening.
No, because I wasn't. I was so you're right.
So do they make stuff?
But I did.
Make money?
I was my own thing because I'm violent, bro.
That stereotypical factory that you visualize.
You know who does look like you?
Caleb,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
nah, I'm gonna do my own shit.
Is that Is that tiger? Yes. Talk about that. Buddy, talk about that. And then remember, I can probably serve.
Bro, she knows what it means.
I'm saying.
He wants to talk like
Analytical.
If you just talk it out. You just say the word over and over again. Factories try to make money. Money. What's the money?
Ah, touch my scooter.
What word up there pertains to money? This is what I would do. Almost not even up there. Read. There's 6 words. Go through, read them. Has to do with money. Let's go. Read all 6. Read all 6 before you speak.
Yeah, then
Before you It sounds like you don't really understand what social media is. Better ways to describe it.
It's actually
important. You put that away. Finish the lecture that we did on.
respond back.
I think you need to refresh your memory with this.
You just have no girls in your hand. That's all.
Yes. If you did that, you'd be able to answer the question. So do you have a solid
You get into a
understanding?
fight in the boys' locker room?
Yes.
Go to lecture or use like AI, beat him up to like ask like, hey, can you tell me what
You got much straight.
and like have a conversation with him if you don't understand.
And I'm hitting in the back of the neck with my crutches.
What do you? Hey, who has the power? This is what I think. Who has the power to make rules and laws to force factories to be like who has the power to do that?
No one's talking.
Yes, the government falls under what? Read all. What does the government fall under? Slowly. Government pertains to what speed stand? Look at it. What speed stand? Human development. But you need to know how politics means. It's going to give you that. So, what we
Huh? TikTok.
Right? And then you can use measure social. So you can add, you can figure things out.
Should I share it? Teacher, I'm gonna remember.
We're not done. Yeah. Oh, so I'm sorry. Yeah, we're both done.
No, you're not.
Partner.
I use it alone.
So, what do you want the country to be?
Do I share it first? Or do I just
High
go back?
HDI or low HDI? Yes. If you have a high HDI,
Just do it.
when he's done talking, you really can end this.
Oh, no, wait, you didn't do it.
So that has to do with.
It is copyright. It is copyright, guys. Shut up, bitch.
But also showing how strong a country
Got me on one of those. Okay?
education. What do you notice? Where you see a high HDI? Say like some word. Western Europe is solid.
How do I turn this into like a paragraph?
You see the low level. Yeah, remember we called it subcenter. Is that a problem? Who has the power to fix it? So, what should the government do to help raise HDI?
I need to upload this to my file.
Wait, isn't this one? No, but it's in
But the HDI did
Download this.
What? Haven't even done the first
Let's go get that one.
yesterday. Like often some they have the power of laws to invest in these things. And if they do that with maybe socially, all the people that finish this, like all the families, being the families, there's parts of like sub-Saharan Africa.
Is it a lady?
People don't know
Yeah, she's strong looking.
or fight or color, you know? You can definitely do that. So later on, so right now we're just practicing. And like using our vocabulary. What's wrong with here? It's easy to recognize like yes, this matter that brings to development. People's income, their education. There's good areas that are doing just fine, but there's areas like sub-Saharan Africa that are doing, they're struggling. And other
Bro, we need one more time to get on the axe.
Yeah, it's the population.
that general.
So it's about like health, education, all these things. How well
Yeah.
Like we just said.
What I do? I swear I'm not.
And if you did that, they should work for social remedies. That way families can live longer, healthier lives and enjoy their quality of life. Yes. We can also talk about migration. Where do you think most? Okay. Hey class, really quick test question for the rest of your life. What's the number one reason? Shh. I just asked for class's attention.
Sorry.
What is the number one reason to migrate?
I'm just gonna share this with
Economic. For better economic opportunity. So whatever map you look at, if you look at the low income or low HDI, you see areas that are struggling, which includes income, yes? Could that have migration consequences? Like, I don't like this situation, I want to move to a better one. Yes? That's number one reason why people migrate. But does everybody have the ability, connections, and money to move to better areas? No, that's part of the problem. What's up?
There's just a first
They're gonna be like, oh, maybe we should charge them.
Wait, what about the
What's your price?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
So think of a sentence attached to the
I'm doing Are you lying about
You guys are close or you are like these?
Tony, what? You didn't even know me. Where? Why is that?
Did you see like how we could have like a conversation about it? Vocabulary that we're learning? Just start thinking about it later on, getting
They sent like, she sent me this. Like 6, 7 random shit.
Why should show you the walking?
Huh? For what?
this? Migration, which has to do with what you said was, hey, right now I'm trying to help you look at this now. Because we have some better.
You know, Tiffany pooped her pants in 2nd grade.
That have to do with migration.
No, they were asking if I actually texted.
Yes, you did.
You're a weirdo. No, you're a weirdo.
I heard that.
No, you're a
Like, somebody said that.
You're a
Talia
weirdo.
supposed to, bro. Talia shot that shot. Wait, no, that was excuse me. That was Melanie.